Hey everybody, welcome to the webinar. I'm Will, PPC Coach. This is the Christmas Giving Bootcamp 2018. We're going to talk about giving away stuff in order to make money and a new little wrinkle to it. Instead of doing it the way I just did in the previous bootcamp, I'm going to show you how to do it with bots. So specifically messenger bots, which is very cool. So first of all, can you hear me? And can you see my screen? Just give me a one in the chat box if you guys are good to go. If everybody can hear and see, everything okay? Awesome. Right on. All right, and where's everybody located? Just type that in there too. I'd like to see whereabouts on the globe you guys are actually physically located. A lot of Americans, Georgia, Connecticut, Chicago, Baltimore. Ian, still in Australia. Very cool. Right on. So we do have people from around the globe as usual. There's quite a few on here too, so that's awesome. So thanks for coming on. I really do appreciate you taking time out of your day or night, in my case. Before we start, I'm just guessing that this is not your first webinar for most of you. So first things first, if you have failed in the past at making money online, it's not your fault. Okay, there's a lot of information out there. Some is good, some is bad. It's okay. You're in good hands now. Some people just aren't cut out to teach us stuff. You see a lot of one-hit wonders, overnight gurus. They haven't even had a big failure yet, let alone two or three. I've had two big flops, both online, both not 100% my fault, circumstances beyond my control. But each time I rebuilt stronger, and I've learned from so many mistakes. So now I want to pass it on, and you are going to benefit. So my goal for this webinar is pretty simple. I want to help beginners have their first big fourth quarter online, and I want to help advanced people double or triple their profits from the last Christmas rush. And this time we're going to use bots in order to do that and giveaways. So it's very cool. So who's this for? Well, basically new people, experienced people, everyone in between. It doesn't really matter who you are. If you want to profit from Christmas 2018, we are sitting here in prime position right now. Beginning of October is just the best time to get everything in place because the run up is starting. So what are we doing? Well, like the title said on that page that you registered, teaching you how to profit from the Christmas buying frenzy by giving away products using messenger bots. So it sounds complicated, this part, the messenger bot part, but it's not. It's not that hard. So why? Well, 70%, 80 sometimes percent of revenue is generated from now until Christmas for a lot of online guys like me. So if you stay until the end, I do have something special for you, as usual. But real quick, just going to go through this. Why do this stuff? So there's more to life than sitting alone on your computer making money. Helping others succeed is almost more rewarding. So here's a guy, Michael. Some of you have seen him before. He's actually doing a lot bigger than this now. But he just said, just wanted to share a milestone. Hit 10,000 in revenue today. Most of this last 28 days. Special thanks to Will. I launched my first campaign back in July after watching the GB course that he put together. Stuff works. So that's one of my courses that he took. Ben is another guy. Crossed the 1,000 sale milestone, which is awesome. So again, he bought one of my courses in late July, launched his first campaign, and just saying the system works. You just need to trust the process and put in the work. And then Cedric, one of my favorite guys. So he highly recommends one of my courses. So he said he failed at Facebook ads for 3 years, purchased so many courses. I can tell the good from the bad. I purchased a course a couple months ago. As of today, I had my first $1,000 day. Don't ask because I don't post screenshots. You wouldn't believe them anyway. So true. My weakness was with Facebook ads. And for the first time, I decided not to second guess him, do exactly what he's teaching, whether it makes sense to me or not. So I just love it. So he said, this is the best course I've seen so far. He's not selling BS because I follow other high earners and he's on the same page with them. Will's just a better teacher. So that's awesome. That's really good. And I added another one from Paul. Something seems to be working here. Now it's 7 sales. One sale made from sponsored ads with $1 per day budget. All 7 sales are coffee mugs of all things. Crazy, right? Love it. That's why I do it. For those little testimonials and screenshots and that kind of thing that people are sharing their success. It's awesome. So that's why I put together this training. More on that later, but time for my short and sweet intro because I'm not going to keep you forever here. Most of you know me, some of you don't. That's me, the usual. That's my fugly mug. Got 5 daughters, they're all H names. I'm Canadian. I really do enjoy helping people with my coaching courses. Recently, I just got back from Las Vegas. I spoke at the Gear Bubble event, the Start, Sustain, Scale. That was the first time ever that I spoke live at an event, so that was awesome. I really do like training people. It's fun. And I'm kind of a veteran in this online advertising world. Been doing it full time since 2007. That's a picture of, I show this on virtually every webinar just because it's in 2005 that I got this check, my first big one. And the amount, $17,489.53. We didn't even have those high resolution cameras back then. Now I do Facebook ads and I do Google shopping ads now too. So after that check, I said the weirdest thing to my wife, I have to quit my job to start making money. And you don't hear people say that too often. It's a very strange sentence, but I did. I quit my job. My last shift was December 31st, 2006, New Year's Eve, and I wanted to make it memorable. That's why I put it on New Year's Eve. Didn't really do much of anything that whole shift, just kind of sat there, just killing time mainly. So now sold over a million plus in physical products and counting, and approaching a million for my courses, boot camps, and coaching now too. So I work in both worlds at the same time, which is a little bit unique. Those who can't do, teach. That's one of the sayings you hear online a lot, but not me. I've been doing this for a long time, and I've helped a lot of people, and I really do enjoy it. That's why I do it. So I do practice what I preach too. I won't show anything unless I've done it myself, and this is unlike a lot of others out there. But enough fluff, let's get into the training. So today we're going to cover 3 things. Number 1 is kind of what to sell. Number 2 is how to sell it. And number 3 is how to ensure your success. So if you have questions, post them in the chat box. This is live. If not, you can go into the group and post it there. I got a free group. It's ppc-coach.com/group. You can go there at any time. So let's talk about what are we going to sell during this Christmas rush. We need like products to sell. So if you have products on Amazon, if you have them on Etsy, if you have them on eBay, if you have them on like places like Gear Bubble, if you have them on Shopify, anywhere, doesn't matter, Redbubble, whatever it may be, you can do this because it doesn't matter where the products are located. We can sell anything, anywhere through the method, right? So what to sell? Oops, lost my slide there. Click too fast. Tons of options. You do not have to pick just one. In fact, on all my stores, I always have like multiple options. And when you make one design, so you're doing print on demand, you can easily apply it to like a hoodie, a t-shirt, a coffee mug, a beer mug, whatever you want to do. So it works very well that way. So one design can turn into like 5 to 10 different products very easily. So I always say offer a variety, and that means you're going to be making multiple offers to people. So you need a variety of products to offer them. So how to sell is coming up, but we're just going to stay on track here. Here's your options. You can get into coffee mugs. Necklaces is something that I'm pretty big into. Bracelets, never really did them. Shirts and hoodies, definitely. It's hoodie season because it's October. It's getting cold, and people wear a lot of hoodies. Phone cases, not so much. Hats, not really. Beanies, not really. Pillowcases, surprisingly, yes. I can't believe that people actually buy pillowcases, and people sell them online and make good money. But if you think about it, if you can put a nice warm and fuzzy message on a pillowcase, it'll sell. Posters do sell. All over prints sell. Leggings definitely sell. Then you got your laser engraved stuff, which is a little bit more robust than the other necklace because it's actually engraved right into a little piece of metal. Shot glasses, travel mugs, canvas prints, and this freeform necklace is like a new one that they offer where you can actually have like, say, the shape of a dog or a cat or a horse or whatever it may be, and they'll actually cut that out and put it onto a necklace. So it's kind of cool that way. That's very interesting. So what are my top 3? Necklaces, hoodies, and coffee mugs are my favorites by far. Canvas prints are also good. It's a little bit of a tricky area to get into because it's mainly dealing, I find, with canvas prints. The things that sell best seem to be more of the landscapes or nice photographs or something like that. It's not the same style as, say, you'd put on a necklace or a t-shirt or a hoodie or a coffee mug, right? So each product has kind of a different thing that works best on it. So let's look at some examples. I'm going to show you this one first. So we're going to do some quick math here. This is a necklace. It's a dad to daughter one. And if you look, there's 8,080 sold. And fun fact, this is actually mine. So I don't usually give away my big sellers, but this has been like copied to death. So I think it's safe now to kind of give this one away. And I've got so many other new ones out there that I don't really even sell this one anymore. But so at $27.95 selling it, the profit margin from one sale is $20. And I still do pick up some sales once in a while. So basically this one pulled in about $161,600. And so if you go hypothetically, okay, so if the guy made that much, what do they profit? Well, about $80,800. And those numbers are accurate. They're real. So this one dumb little necklace to my daughter, never forget that I love you. You'll always be daddy's little girl, was me. And it's still selling, but it pulled in almost six figures. So that's pretty good. I do want to get it over to six figures profit. It pulled over six figures revenue, but I'm showing this because I want you to see what's possible. So if you made that in the Christmas run up, that'd be pretty good, right? That's just one product. What if you had like 5 of these? A lot of guys do. Hint, hint. Okay, here's another one. I like showing this one too because it's a little bit different. This is the To My Wife necklace, and it's using that old saying, I loved you then, love you still, always have, always will. I actually have a version of this in a heart-shaped one, and it's doing really well too. So again, $34.95 as a price. So the profit margin on one sale is $27 in that case with Gear Bubble. So that many units, 11,406 times $27 profit margin. So the revenue generated was about $307,962. And this is not mine, but I'm assuming maybe they got like half of that as profit. So about 100, just over 153,000 in profit. That's not too shabby, right? It is possible, right? So another one, took that same saying. This is not mine either. This is actually, I believe, this is the owner of Gear Bubble. I think this is his, Don's, because I think he said this was his before. I can't remember. If you're on the call and it's yours, I apologize, but I'm sure everybody's seen it anyway. So this is a mug, color changing one. So when it starts out black, and then when you pour hot water into it, it changes color into this. So at like 1995, the profit margin is about $10. So that's about 140,000 in revenue, which is, if you think maybe half is profit after ad spend and all that, then you're looking at about 71,000 for this one. That's not too shabby either. So you can see just those alone are getting up there, well over $500,000 on 3 products in revenue. That's pretty sweet. So the point is this: people are making money, okay, me included. And did you know that you can too? So here's 3 more people succeeding. Kelly posted this. Yes, made my first sale. I love these almost more than the guy who posts that he made his like 1,000th sale, because the first sale is the sweetest. It always is. Another one, it works. Made my first sale using these Facebook strategies. Test beginner. Thanks, Will, for sharing your wisdom. Love this. So this was on a necklace that they were selling because I see the $27 margin. Priced at $34.95. Sold one. That's awesome. And then RK, first 2 sales, so he beat everybody. Love that too. So why the heck am I showing you these people who took one of my courses in the past? Actually, a couple of those are boot camps too. To put you in the right mindset. That's why. So, oh man, my mouse is super sensitive. Mindset is the #1 key to it all. So like Yoda says, do or do not. There is no try. So when people say, yeah, I'll give that a shot, I'll try it. No, actually do it. And then you will profit. So if you believe you can, So the question is, do you believe you can? And of course you do. Otherwise you wouldn't be on here. So anyone can do this. Literally anyone. You can too. So let's look at how now, which is kind of secret number 2, how to sell. So we know what to sell. So let's look at, or some options of what to sell. Let's look at how to sell it. The old way, we would advertise it and we pray for a buy. So we'd put up an ad on, say, Facebook, or we get some kind of influencer to, post our product on their Instagram story or whatever it may be, and we would just pray that somebody would buy it, and then that would be it. And then we just hope that, every day we'd be going out looking for new customers, trying to get a new sale, new sale, new sale, new sale. That's kind of the old way, and that's called cold traffic. So when you're paying for ads to your products, but you're just trying for one sale, it's cold traffic. The problem is this: people buy from companies that they know. They don't really buy from strangers or unknown companies. So if they haven't heard of you before, it's kind of tough to make the sales, which is why I think counterfeit guys can sell so much. They're selling a brand if they're doing counterfeit stuff, just not their own brand, it's somebody else's brand. I say don't counterfeit, like don't do trademark infringing stuff or copyright stuff or whatever it may be. An example, NFL football teams. You can make a killing selling a t-shirt with an NFL football logo on it from any team. You can make an absolute killing because the NFL has paid like what, millions, billions, hundreds of millions of dollars and to get their brand out there. And so their brand is well known. Same with places like Disney. Disney's super popular. So if you have like a Disney t-shirt or a Disney hoodie or a Disney coffee mug, it's very easy to sell those, but you're profiting from somebody else's brand and somebody else's trademark, which is a big, big no-no. So don't do that. You will get sued and you will 100% regret it. There's no doubt about it. So don't do that. Like some overnight gurus kind of took that route. They did some Trump stuff, and Trump is known for suing a lot because he's protecting his trademark. His name is his trademark, is his brand. So they'll soon pay for that. I wouldn't take that route. Instead, let's find a solution, and I do have it. So before I get into it, here's kind of what I'm talking about. Let's say you're single and you're looking to meet that special someone. Would you do this? And get ready to cringe. So this is my date. So for a first date, I was thinking we could figure out names for our children. Whoa, well, holy cow, slow down, slow your roll. That's a little bit too quick. Not in a million years, right? That's moving way too fast. So why do we do this when we're trying to advertise products? Because we don't know any better. So instead, if you're dating, it kind of looks like this. There's a whole sequence, right? There's like the romance part, staying up all night talking, receiving amazing massages, cuddling, then maybe naming future pets or children, and then maybe some, the good stuff at the end. But it doesn't start here. It starts over here. You got to get to know each other first. And also, one thing to know is not every date works. You have to keep trying. And that relates right back to marketing and what we're doing. So in business, you need to ask for more than one date. That's the bottom line. So trying to sell something is the exact same. You have to get to know each other before you seal the deal or before they will buy your product. Not every date is a good one, so you do have to keep trying. So why do most people do it wrong? Again, it's not their fault. Maybe they're just taught the wrong way. They can fix it with the right guidance. Are you ready to change things up a bit? Ready to date first instead of going right for a sale on a product on cold traffic from somebody who doesn't know you? Wouldn't you rather warm them up a little bit and maybe get a couple of touches on them before you make a sale? And if you get a couple of touches on these people, then they're going to buy more from you too. And you're going to get repeat sales over and over and over, which is wonderful. That allows you to spend more money on the front end. And that's where the system comes in that says, okay, I will try and get a sale initially, but I'm not trying super hard. But I know I'm going to get a sale eventually from you. Well, a higher percentage, put it that way, of converging. So I hope you're thinking, that's awesome. I'm still not 100% clear on what you're talking about. So basically, let's get them on the right track from the get-go. Warm them up first, then sell them over and over and over. That's what we're talking about. I'm talking about your whole contact sequence, from your first contact, your cold traffic contact, to your second, third, fourth contact and beyond. That's what I'm talking about. We have to have a system in place that allows us to contact them over and over again. How? We're going to build a list and we're going to market to it. We're going to build a list using something called bots, and these are messenger bots. And there's a couple companies out there that make it very easy to run these messenger bots on Facebook. And a messenger bot is just, instead of somebody clicking an ad and going to your product page, you don't even have to have a link in it. These messenger bots can read the comments that are being made, and they can then send them a message on Facebook. Very cool. So it looks like it's a real person typing it if you do it right, but it's actually an automated sequence that you programmed through the software. And this may be sounding a little bit difficult, but believe me, it's not. So that's what we do. We build a list of messenger contacts and we market to it. And it's all legitimate because in our ads, we're saying, comment yes if you'd like more information. And they comment yes, the bot reads it, the bot responds, and then they're on their way. And then we can program the bot to say, hey, we just launched this one. You should check it out. Click here and check it out. They click the link, it goes through to your product page and they can buy it. It's very cool. So you want to keep trying and eventually they will buy. They could buy on the first touch, the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. They say on average, I think it takes 7 or 8 touches before somebody becomes a client in the offline world. So it's much the same with marketing, depending on how hot your product is and how in demand it is and how much it connects with the other person. Some will multiple times. So how awesome is that? If we get somebody into our messenger bot sequence and we've programmed that sequence to maybe send them something every 7 days, every 8 days, every 5 days, whatever it may be, a new product, then eventually we're going to have a very consistent pattern of sales coming in from new people being added to the front end of the sequence and old people that are existing just turning into customers over and over and over. So it's pretty awesome. So you kind of need to reframe your mindset and methods in order to succeed long term. And does that sound difficult? Some of you might be like, I have no idea what you just said. It can be, right? Just like anything though. With some help, do you think you could do it though? If somebody showed you how to set up a messenger bot, if somebody showed you how to set up the sequence, if somebody showed you how to fill it with your products, you think of that work? So you know how to sell, right? We're going to use messenger bots. We're going to run ads that are going to go to messenger bots that are going to get them into a sequence that we can then contact them over and over. Instead of email, we're going to use messages on Facebook. And it's 100% legitimate. All these companies are vetted by Facebook. You can't spam. You do allow them to get off the sequence if they want. So it is 100% legit. And the reason that I'm going with this instead of directly with email can be a complement to this too. You can build a list with email, and that's what I did in my first round of the bootcamp. But this, you can build a list with email and send them emails, and you can also send them messages on Facebook automatically. Very cool. So let's look at the last part. How to ensure success. If you're trying to implement a messenger bot sequence on your own for the first time, you're going to hit a couple things, hit a couple roadblocks. I'm going to cover this now. So I've sold a lot over the years, a lot of courses. This is one of my favorites. It's called GB course for Gear Bubble course. I've sold like 1,200 of them. I put out a few boot camps. I think last one was number 8 or 9. I can't remember. And they've made well over 6 figures so far, just on those boot camps alone. And I coach people one-on-one for a premium fee. My current fee is like $3,000 US for one-on-one. So I noticed something. There's a lot of information out there, and people do tend to get this information overload. It's not fun because when you go and you try and figure something out, information overload kicks in, And it always leads to this analysis paralysis. So it's where you're always overanalyzing or overthinking a situation so that a decision or an action is never taken. Because there's so many different routes you can take, there's so many different methods you can use. One guy says one thing, one girl says another, they disagree with each other. You're going, I don't know what to do now. Well, it's hard. It means literally you don't know what to do next because there's so many options out there. There's no clear path. So plus, I mean, on top of that, some info that you read, some methods that you read are just plain wrong. So how do you know kind of what's right and what's wrong? You don't. So you try it all and, flounder around, or you don't do anything, which is even worse. And you end up like this, stressed, you got a headache, back to square one. You feel like your wheels are spinning, feel like you just can never get, consistent sales, make consistent money. You might dip your toe into that water a little bit, and then another course comes out, or another method comes out, another guru comes out, and you go, oh, well, I'm going to do that then. And you end up jumping around quite a bit. So I've seen this time and time again over the years, and it's frustrating to watch people go through this, but honestly, it's human nature. So that's how we are. And it makes me sad. It kind of makes me want to cry. So what's the solution? I think that getting some help from an expert who's been there, done that, and got the t-shirt already is the absolute best way to go about this. So for example, imagine you want to become a bodybuilder. So who would you want to teach you? This guy, skinny mini here with the pipe cleaner arms, or Arnold? Arnold Schwarzenegger, one of the greatest, well, the greatest bodybuilder of all time. Like, of course, right? You'd want Arnold. You'd want the best. You wouldn't want some wimpy kid. So if you had him coaching you, do you think you'd become a pretty good bodybuilder? Even if you didn't like, even if you weren't genetically gifted like he was, even if you didn't do, I don't know, he must have done steroids or something to get that kind of shape. But I mean, if you had him coaching you, you would definitely, you'd become a pretty good bodybuilder. So of course, but there's a catch, right? You don't just become great at something because you got a great coach. You have to do something. And that something is this: take action. So yeah, you get information overload if you try it alone, but if you have somebody helping you, then you do have to do your part still as well, and that is take action. It's huge. So I want you to remember the next slide as well, and it's this old, very old kind of advertising thing, no, motivation thing. So it's ACT, right? Action changes things. So if you don't like, where you are, and so you can just say, am I where I want to be right now? Just be honest with yourself. Because if you're not, then you have to say, well, what have you done to change your situation? Have you found somebody? Have you taken action? Or have you just kind of floundered? So back in the day, and I've gained a lot of this back, unfortunately, but I lost 100 pounds in 106 days. So I followed a routine and a diet. I couldn't have done it on my own though. I didn't lose it all overnight. It took a ton of action. But do you know how I learned my weight routine at the gym? It was Arnold Schwarzenegger's Encyclopedia of Modern Bodybuilding that I bought when I was 15 years old. It's like a 5-inch thick book, and it's still sitting here on my bookshelf. It's awesome. It's got everything. I didn't go to a gym and try and figure out a routine on my own. No way. I went to the expert, and at that time it was a book. And do you know how I learned the diet to follow? Excuse me. A friend who's a former Olympian gave me a diet plan to follow. And she just said, this is what you eat. This is when you eat it. This is how much you eat. Do that. And I was like, all right, I'll do that. And it worked. It worked really well. So without that help, I would never have lost that weight. Not in a million years. Without taking action, I wouldn't have either. And this all does apply to online business as well, because without taking action, without getting help, you're not going to do it. It's very rare that you're going to make it on your own. So even for me, I found a mentor early on. That's why I worked my last job. I took the night shift so I could play on the internet all night long. And really, my goal was to find somebody who could help me. And I did. I found a mentor. He showed me the ropes. And you saw the first check I got. It was way more than I made in like 3 months at my job. 4 months, probably. So that's what I did. But people see success and they think it was easy. It's not. Typically, it looks like this. It's an iceberg. So, with an iceberg, 10% is above the water and like 90% is below. Same thing. Whenever you see success online, you see a nice screenshot in a group, you see somebody making really good money, you think, oh man, um, that guy got lucky, or that guy is, he just had that handed to him, or he just hit on something, or he's doing something weird. But in reality, what really happened and you didn't see was all the failure, all the setbacks, all the doubts, the hard work, the sacrifices, the late nights, early mornings, courage, persistent, and most importantly, the action that they took to get there. So whenever you see a big screenshot in a Facebook group or something from some guy with a Shopify store and it's gigantic, what they never show you is like the 30 or so attempts they made before that one in order to hit the big one. So it's deceiving, but there's a lot more to success than just getting lucky. It's hard. It's hard to succeed, but it is possible. And you do it through consistent effort and following a system. So, how do you ensure success? You need to do something too. You need to follow a system, be consistent, and get a mentor. Then you'll succeed too, and you will ensure your success. So, here's an example. He's just following a system. Jay. So, this was, I love this. He bought another one of my courses, Engraving Profits, about necklaces. And he posted when he got his first sale, and it was awesome. And they actually, it was, two. He got his first two sales. So he made like $94 because he was charging, I guess, a little, well, about 40, 47 and a little with shipping, probably per necklace. So he sold two of them and he was very happy. And I was like, man, that's awesome, Jay. Good stuff. Way to go. And then check this out. Same guy. Got my first six-figure store going. Thanks, Will Haimerl, for showing me the way. That is just, that's awesome. So this is not even in a year. This is in like probably 4 months, I want to say. That's his revenue. Got some discounts, returns, net sales, shipping, total sales. So remember I went in those first three products and I said, even if half of that is profit, then that's still 50 grand in profit. That's pretty good. And this guy's doing way more than that now. I should probably try and get another update from him. But he's just in my free group posting screenshots and just kicking butt and taking names. So I love it. Here's the key. Someone needs to show you. Otherwise, how do you know what to do? So I had someone show me. Without them, I wouldn't have been self-employed since 2007. And it's like anything in life. You learn first from people who know how. So how do humans learn? From others who've been there and done that. What if there was someone who could help you learn? What if there was a group of like-minded individuals like you? This is awesome too, because online, we're pretty much alone a lot of the time. This trip to Vegas that I did, I just got back on Monday, where I was speaking at my first event. It was like I was meeting guys that I've talked to online for years, but I've never met them in person. Even Don Wilson, the owner of Gear Bubble, I'd never met him in person, and yet we've done so much business together. It's insane. And he invited me to speak, and I was like, yep, I'll do it, because I just wanted to get out of my comfort zone and get out of my little cave here and go out and meet people. And so being with those like-minded individuals for those 2 days at the event was awesome, because I picked up so many ideas and made a couple of connections and made some new connections that I didn't have before. So it was just perfect. So it's kind of like being around people that speak your language is very comforting. And it's very easy. If you've ever tried to talk about your business or your online stuff with your spouse or your partner or your family or friends, you can just watch them go, oh, so what do you do, Will? Oh, well, I do online marketing. That's what I say now. And they're like, oh, no, tell me more. And so I try and explain like an example, and I can just see their eyes roll into the back of their heads. And they're like, oh, I have no idea what you just said. So that's awesome. Like-minded people are key. And what if there was a way to be held accountable? That's where mentors and coaches come in. Would that help you out? Of course, because we're too easy on ourselves. If we're having a bad day, we'll be like, man, screw it. I'm going to go watch the game, or I don't know, go play with my kids or whatever it may be. Because it's human nature to be easy on yourself and to make excuses and to not follow through. So if you have somebody cracking the whip and saying, hey, you know what you need to do? You need to do a journal. And that way, I want you to even journal when you do nothing for a day, because I want you to see that if your journal is over 50%, I did nothing today, there's your answer as to why you're not making any money. You did nothing more than you did something. So little things like that help a lot. So let me ask you a question. Are you enjoying the webinar so far? Do you think this stuff can work for you? So we've covered this, what to sell, how to ensure success. So let me ask you another question. Do you want to take things to the next level? So I haven't really got into the nitty gritty on the messenger bot sequences and how to program them, or how to get people into the sequence, or how to sell those products, or what products are good and that kind of thing. That's kind of next level stuff. So put a 1 in the chat box if you're ready to go there. You guys, some of you already beat me to it. That's awesome. And if you do have any questions too, you can post them in there. I do glance over once in a while just to make sure. So introducing this, PPC Coach, Christmas Giving Bootcamp. This is actually round 2. I just finished up round 1. Actually, last 2 Mondays ago, I finished it. So we did round 1, worked really well. Round 1 was talking about emails and email sequences, which is key and it's a core component. This one is expanding on that and going into not just emails, but also messenger bots to deliver our products to people, because the main reason is when you deliver an email, sometimes it goes to the spam folder and people don't read it. And if you don't send out enough emails frequently enough, then you're not going to make any money. With messenger bots, people see them all the time. They get a notification on their phone, and if they're on their desktop or tablet, they get a little pop-up too. So they just go on Facebook and read it, and it's a whole different way to communicate. And the response rate is like 5-10 times better with messenger bots. So that's what I'm going to cover on this one. So the info and methods that I've shown today only scratch the surface, not even a dent. It will literally take hours to go through the training that I have to give. The boot camp though is all about this, showing you exactly what to do, mentoring you, holding you accountable, and most importantly, getting you profitable. What is it? What are you talking about? It's a 21-day boot camp online. So it's delivered in a private Facebook group. That's your group of like-minded individuals. It's got videos in there right now, and there's also live training. Okay, I'll get to that in a second. So this is what you're going to get. So there's 3 live webinars. Each webinar is over-the-shoulder training. You know, this webinar is kind of like scratching the surface. Well, the 3 that come with the bootcamp are, you watch me do it. You watch me go into my messenger bot account and you watch me set up a sequence. You watch me add products to it. We go into Facebook ads. You watch over my shoulder as I create the campaigns to get people into my sequence. Then you watch me manage it. Then you take all this stuff and you do it yourself. So it's awesome. You apply what you did to your own products and campaigns. The value there is about $1,997 easily. I've got a couple bonuses for you too, but first, you might have failed before. Okay, so a lot of you might have gone, yeah, I've done some stuff, but I kind of flopped. It just didn't work out for me. Maybe you're doing it wrong. Maybe you had no warm up. Like maybe you're trying the cold traffic stuff where you're like, okay, I just make a product, make an ad, try and sell it, and rinse and repeat, and never really build up an asset. And that asset is your list, whether it's an email list or a bot list, what message list, whatever it is, you need that. Okay, when you have the warm up, that just makes life so much easier. So we can fix that if you let us. So everyone does need a little hand holding, and that's what the first bonus is all about. And that is the private mastermind group. And that's got a value of $19.97 as well. This is all on Facebook, okay? It is as valuable as the live training webinars because private mastermind groups they're invaluable. When you're in there with people that are in the same situation trying to do what you're trying to do, it just makes everybody cheer each other on. It holds you accountable. It forces you to make money, which is awesome. So if you only got that, would that be worth it? The 3 live over-the-shoulder webinars and the private mastermind group, total value about $3,994. So I've got another bonus for you too, but first, one other question. We all have disposable income. So if you take some of that and invest in yourself to speed up your learning curve, I think that's going to help you more than maybe going out for dinner again or taking the family to the movies, a couple times. I know when I take my kids, my whole family to the movies, it's about $120 minimum. if instead of doing that a couple times, I invest into myself and try and, better myself, I think that'll work. A tank of gas on my Suburban is about 125 bucks. So for like, maybe 5 tanks of gas, I can actually make money instead of just burning gas. Yeah, they are beasts. It's got like a 5.3 liter engine. It's huge, V8. Anyway, point is, we spend money on stuff all the time. I buy coffee like 3 times a day. And if I total up how much I spend there, even if I spend $2 a coffee times three, that's $6 times 30 days. That's like 180 bucks I spent on coffee. I'm almost embarrassed. So a couple months worth of coffee, maybe I make it at home for a while. That's my disposable income. Shift that into myself, and I think I'm doing a little bit better. But anyway, back to the bonuses. Bonus number 2 is this. I got 21 days of motivational, accountability, and instructional emails that are programmed, sent to your inbox. So at the start of each day, you get this, you go through it, you go, I like that, or oh crap, I got to do that, or oh man, Will's checking in on me, what do I do? And I literally say like, okay, check-in time, go to the group, post where you're at. And then people will go, oh crap, I didn't do anything. And then I'll be like, hey, you didn't, even if you did nothing, I want you to go to the group and say you did nothing. Because now it's almost like shaming you into making money, put it that way. So these emails are awesome. I love them. So one question I like that you may be thinking, or I thought, what is the difference between money and time? So you always know how much money you have, but you don't know how much time you have. Like anything could happen at any time. We could just disappear off the face of the earth. So I think you should always value your time over your money. And you can buy time or speed up stuff with money, right? So money replenishes, but time does not. The 10 seconds it took me to say that is gone forever. But my bank account, that number will go up and down always. So you can trade one for the other. And I've got one more bonus. That's this. There's how-to videos right now in the group. And this is like the foundation, like the basic stuff, like how to get this going, how to create a Facebook page, everything you need in order to be ready for the live training so you hit the ground running. Okay, so I've thought of everything. I've run a couple of these. I think I've gotten pretty good at them. And that is like, it could be sold as a course, about $9.97 value. So you've got 2 choices, and we're coming up on the hour here. I'm not going to keep you guys forever. So you can do nothing. Don't take a leap of faith, 100% risk-free. Go back to doing whatever you're doing before you spent your time with me today. Or you can pony up a small amount of money. And compared to what you'll spend on your own learning a system through trial and error, and not to mention all the value you're getting, I think number 2 is a great choice. But it's almost decision time. Let me just summarize. 3 live over-the-shoulder webinars in the 21-day bootcamp, $19.97 value. Private mastermind group, $19.97 value. 21 days of emails, about $4.97 value. And the how-to video is about $9.97 value. Brings us up to about $5,488. So there's 2 types of people who come on these. There's Lazy Larry eating his Cheetos playing the Wii. And then there's the Take Action Ted, fist pump champion of the world. And I'll just tell you, this slide, I love it, because I've actually had one guy who was telling me, I don't give a shit about Take Action Ted, pardon my French, but I don't care about that crap. I just want to learn how to make money. Why do you even put garbage like that on there? And I'm like, because I want Take Action Teds. I don't want lazy people to get into my boot camps because it makes my life miserable. If I have to continually chase somebody down to actually get them to make money, I don't want lazy Larrys. I want guys like this who are pumped and ready to go. So here's the Take Action Ted. Okay. Started my test campaigns a few hours ago, got my first shine on sale. That's from the Engraving Profits course. Thanks. I love it. Love these posts. Congrats. Just love it. Information alone is not going to help you. You can go to YouTube right now and get information on anything. It's not going to help you. Taking action on it will. Accountability is also going to help you. So I put together a package here today. It's going to over deliver on value for you. It's on you now. You can make money or you can make excuses. That's what you get. $5,488 value. You get all that plus all the bonuses. And I had a choice to make. I could have went cheap or I could charge more, selling to less people. So I give these people much more attention. I chose the second option with this, honestly. So you can see why it's a good deal. $5,488 value. General public price is $9.97 for this, but today you showed up on my webinar, I'm going to give you a deal. $4.97. If you want to get started, go here, ppccoach.com/bootcamp. It's 50% off. The doors do close October 17th at 9 a.m. Eastern because that is a Wednesday, and at 10 o'clock a.m. Eastern is the first live training. So an hour before the first live training, I'm closing the doors. Okay, so you've got a couple days here to decide, talk it over with whoever you got to talk to, or hop in there. You won't regret it. Okay, so if all this did was give you 24-hour access to a group of like-minded individuals, people like you ready to help with your products and ads and bot sequences and everything else, would that be worth it? If it's all it did was show you the exact steps over the shoulder live on 3 training webinars, would that be worth it? If all it did was save you literally thousands and trying to learn this all on your own, would that be worth it? I think so. Go there, get started. If you have questions, post them, and you can also post them in my free group. I think we're stuck at about 6,700 members in there. I got to grow that group a little bit bigger. But anyway, the URL's in the bottom right there. Let's get started. ppc-coach.com/bootcamp. Get in there now. The stuff's waiting for you. Okay, it's all ready to go. And now, what is the difference between now and later? So now you might be struggling. You might not have had a big success yet. You might have tried a couple things that didn't work. Later, you won't be. You won't be struggling anymore. So go there, get started. Doors do close October 17th, 9 a.m. Eastern. Limited time offer for real, not a fake one. If you have other questions, email me. Email me direct. If you want to get into this and you want to use PayPal, send me an email. No problem. We can do that. Common questions. I get some of these all the time, and I do see some coming up in the chat box, which is awesome. I will cover those in about 2 minutes here. So let me go through this. What if I've never created a Facebook ad before? Because that's one part of it. I think it's perfect because I don't have to retrain you. You start fresh. You're like a blob of clay, and I just get to mold you however I want. I love it. What if I don't learn anything new? That's not possible. This is new stuff. I haven't showed this before. Every bootcamp I do, I try and add a new aspect to it that you haven't seen before from me. How is it delivered? Good question. It's 3 live webinars. When you join, you're automatically added to them. It's an email list. You're automatically added to that. It's a Facebook group. You get the link on the thank you page after you order. There's how-to videos on that group. There's a shared doc on the group with links to every video. All the videos are on Facebook in the group. So I kept it all there so you can use it on your phone, your tablet, your computer, whatever you want to do. And those emails go out to your inbox every day. So there's a lot of aspects to it. Is it live or can I access it whenever I want? The webinars are live, but I know some people are around the world. So the replays are then posted to the group along with the how-to videos. So it's kind of a combination of live and replays, I guess you could say. But if you go in there and have a question, I'm going to go in there and answer you. Okay, will this work for e-commerce? 100%. Yeah, absolutely. If I show a lot of Gear Bubble stuff, but you can do this with Shopify or Gear Bubble Pro, which is like a competitor to Shopify. Or if you have Amazon products, you can do this. Etsy products, you can do this. eBay products, you can do this. Man, Redbubble, whatever it is. There's a Teespring. I don't know if anybody's even selling on Teespring anymore. That's where I started, but I haven't sold much there anymore. So if you have products to sell, yeah, it doesn't matter where they are because your messenger bot can point a link to anywhere. Do I get lifetime access? Yes, as long as Facebook is up and running, because that's where it resides, sure. Is it right for me? Of course. If you want to sell and make money during the absolutely best time of the year, then this is right for you. The mentorship, the training, the live training, the videos, the accountability, it's all there. This is like, it's better than a course because it's got a lot of live coaching going on that courses don't have. So I love the bootcamp style. Is it too late to start? Nope. It's never too late, but you don't want to miss this Christmas run up. So where can I go to get more questions answered? ppc-coach.com/group, but you should go to this link in the bottom right there. So you can get started now. Doors do close, like I said, October 17th at 9 o'clock a.m. And if you're still on the fence, here's 2 more testimonials for you. So this is Troy. This is a recent one. I don't know if Troy's on here. I didn't see his name, but I love this. Will Haimerl always delivers. This is my 3rd time working with him, and I learn so much each round. He always makes content easy to understand and is always willing to help. Great guy, great value, great expertise. Thank you, Will. That's from my last boot camp. Mike, I think I saw you on here, Mike. Will, I have to say this is the best training I've received on the web regarding marketing. Money very well spent. Thanks for a great experience. Love it. I love these. These are my favorite things ever. Even like more than money. I love these things. So join us. Just go to that little red arrow, ppccoach.com/bootcamp. And now I'm going to go through a couple of questions. I'm going to go back here to this screen. I'm going to leave this screen up here. Oop. If I knew what I was doing. There. Okay. I'll click off it so I don't turn that off now. And I did see some questions coming in the chat box. If you have any, post them. If you're in there already, awesome. Love it. So let's see. First question. So we still need FB ads, Gear Bubble Pro, and what product do we give away for free? Okay. You do not need to have Gear Bubble Pro for this, but I'm saying I use Gear Bubble like the platform. So the free version is what I use. So, and then good question, like what products do I give away? Typically, I'll give away like a coffee mug or a t-shirt or a hoodie or whatever products I have is what I'll give away. So if you have products on Amazon, say you got a bunch of coffee mugs on Amazon, give away a coffee mug from Amazon. You can do that. So your ad would be, hey, wanna win this free coffee mug? Just comment yes in the comments below. They comment yes. The chat bot, the messenger bot, picks up that yes and starts them in the sequence. So now they're in there. And it's awesome because now you can send out automated messages to that sequence too. Another question, what if we haven't started anything yet? Is this bootcamp too advanced? Nah, it's not too advanced. That's why I put the how-to videos in there, Luann, so that you can see everything step by step at your own pace. And you've basically got like a week to go through the how-to videos. I think there's 12 or 13 in there right now waiting for you. But whenever I run these things, and whenever I'm doing like a kind of general public boot camp, what I try and do is make sure that I assume people know nothing, so I start from square one with everything. And that way, if people do know it, it's like a good review. If they don't know it, then I know I've got everybody covered. So that's the way I've always operated. So no, I don't think it's too advanced. Another question, any software we need to buy for the messenger bot? There are several that I recommend, and there is one that I'm going to show you that I'm going to use for the demonstration. But we'll get to that. Yes, so to answer your question, simply yes, there is messenger bot software that you will have to buy. A lot of them have free trials, so it makes it a no-brainer. What is a realistic budget to get moving along in this bootcamp, aside from the cost of the program? You could start literally with like $5 a day if you wanted. You can start small, and whenever I get this question, it's typically people are very concerned about the outlay of money. But the way that I look at the outlay of money with paid traffic is I'm putting money out there so I get more back. So if I put out $100 and I get 130 back, that's a $30 profit. Well, now I want to put out $200, so I get like $260 back. That's a $60 profit. I'll do that all day long. But if you have no experience, if you're not used to it, if you want to get your feet wet a little bit before you go too big, start small. You know, even some guys that I coach one-on-one, we start them small, and as they gain confidence and experience and profits, they just reinvest it, and they start up in their budget, and all of a sudden they're at like 50 a day, or 100 a day, or like 500 a day, or 1,000 a day. You know, you can go at your own pace. The amount of money you put into it is going to determine the velocity that you travel. Okay. Another question. Are we using Gear Bubble Pro? And what products do we give away for free? Oh, I think we already answered that one. Another question. I just joined PPC Coach Premium. Is this different? Haven't gone through everything yet. This is totally different than PPC Coach Premium. This is, I run these boot camps and I have the premium group. The premium group has like the Facebook ads course, the spaghetti method is in there for Facebook ads, and it's like an ongoing group coaching type environment. There's 7-day challenges. I'm still working on the Shopify follow along in the PPC Coach Premium. So it's like I also offer one-on-one, right? So I've got my free group, my premium group, my boot camps, and then my one-on-one. So if you're looking at the expense and the amount of attention you get, it goes up as you spend more money, of course. This is a 21-day, kind of tied to the season with the holiday season to really get you focused on making money during the Christmas rush. So I hope that helps you out. What does it cost for the messenger bot software? Anywhere from $27 a month to start with most of them to about $100 a month. Now, these aren't my softwares, so it's going to vary. But like I said, most come with a free trial. So if you have like a 14-day trial, that's awesome because that gives us enough time to make some money to pay for it. How long would we have access to the webinar recordings and the videos? Lifetime, Jennifer. So I'm not doing the thing where, and I saw this one guy, I'm not going to name his name, but he's a coach and he teaches you how to get clients on demand. We'll put it that way. And he's got a program, costs $10,000, and he only lets you in the group for 8 weeks. And after that, you're kicked out. And I'm like, whoa, that is crazy. Like somebody pays 10 grand for a program and then you kick them out after 8 weeks. That's like unacceptable to me because I think the group is what you're paying for a lot of the time and the training in the group, right? But man, I'm never going to do that to somebody. So not on my boot camps. So if you come in my boot camp, you go through it, it's 21 days. And then you know what? We keep it open because it's not hurting anybody. It's just sitting there on Facebook. You might as well have access to it forever. So unless Facebook shuts down by some catastrophic event or I get banned, which has never happened, and then you wouldn't have access. But yeah, you have lifetime access to it. So another question, I missed the first 30 minutes. Will you have a replay tomorrow? Of this webinar? Yes, I will. I'm going to send out a replay. There's also a lot of people from around the world that, they're sleeping right now. So they didn't, and a couple of people sent me a private message. I'm like, no, don't. As much as I want to tell you you have to be on the webinar, don't, because I don't want you to get up at like 3 in the morning to watch an hour-long webinar. That's kind of going to throw off the rest of your day, especially if you have like work or family or kids or anything like that. So yeah, as much as I think I'm that important, I'm not. So yeah, there's definitely going to be a replay going out so you can catch the first 30 minutes, and there's going to be a replay going out to everybody else because we do have a lot of good people on the call, but we don't have everybody. So that's why I kind of leave it open for 5 days to get in there as well, so you can see it. So, oh, another question. What do you mean you can spend as little as $5 a day? I mean to fill up your messenger bot. So basically $5 a day on ads on Facebook to get your giveaway in front of more people. So you could run a giveaway for like $5 a day, and that will get people into your messenger bot sequence. And from there, you're going to monetize them. So if you're spending $5 a day, you'll move at a pretty slow pace, but it's fine because you can always increase that later on if you want. Okay. So if you're concerned about spending money, or you've never run paid traffic before, and a lot of people haven't, don't worry about it because I've been doing this for 11 years now, and I've gotten pretty good at not only doing it, but teaching people how to do it too. So we'll go at a pace that is comfortable for you. Everybody's going to be different. Everybody's going to spend a different amount, and that's fine. I might spend 500 a day because I know it works, but you might spend 5. That's fine. We're doing the same thing. We're just going at a different pace. Nothing wrong with that. Everybody's got to start somewhere. And before we kind of close this off, I wanted to tell you guys my golden rule. When you get into my boot camp, you're in the group. This is the same for my free group or premium group, any group I run. The only stupid question is the one that is not asked. Okay, so don't think you can not say something because you'll be like, well, people are going to think I'm stupid for asking this. Not on my watch. There's no way. Everybody's at different levels. Everybody's got different experience. And if you ask a question and somebody tries to beat you down or be negative about it, they will be dealt with by me. I don't tolerate that. I have a zero tolerance policy for that kind of thing. So you're in a safe environment. ask as many questions as you want. I actually, some group moderators and admins, they're like, use the search thing and go through that. Stop asking stupid questions. Not me. I'm like, I understand everybody's at a different spot. And just because you're asking a question that I've answered 1,000 times, I'm not going to make you feel like a small or insignificant for asking it, because I understand that to you that question is valid, and I'm just going to answer it like you're a human being. Another question, side question. I'm thinking about joining the premium group because I want to learn about your FB rules setup. Do you have that info in the premium group? Yeah, Mike, I do. The spaghetti method it's actually heavily relying on 10 rules. There might even be more. And I do have videos. It's 20 videos showing the setup of a Facebook ad campaign from start to finish, including the 10 rules that I use with it. And I think that one is using the new campaign budget optimization as well from Facebook. So the rules are vital when you're running that kind of thing. Anybody that's listening to that thinks that was just Chinese. It's just, he's asking about FB ad rules. So they're automated rules, so you don't have to watch your campaigns as much. And that is something that I'm going to show in the bootcamp as well, because I don't want you people to be sitting, tied to your screen, hitting refresh all the time, making sure you're not losing money or making sure nothing's getting out of control. That's where the automated rules from Facebook come into play, and we'll plug them in, we'll program them very simply, easy to do, and then we don't have to watch our campaigns, and they're not going to go blow up on us. All right. I think, oh man, 10:02, perfect. So we went an hour. That's what I try and do. I'm not keeping here for 3 hours. Don't want to do that ever. I'd love to have everybody in the group. If you joined already, thank you. If you haven't, there's the URL, ppc-coach.com/bootcamp. We're going to fire it up officially at 10 a.m., October 17th. That's the first live webinar. So you're going to want to be on that, but hop in there now because there's also videos in there in the group just waiting for you to view. And I'm going to be in there every day as well. So if you have any questions, post them in the bootcamp group, and let's get started. Let's make you money with messenger bots, giveaways, and the Christmas buying rush. So thank you everybody for coming on. I appreciate it. I'm going to get this replay out pretty quickly here, and everybody have a great day. We'll see you soon.